career move? Are you looking to jumpstart your career into IT, cloud computing, or cybersecurity? Learn how on Cloud Sesh Podcast, Cloud Talk for Newbies. Hello, and thank you for vibing in the cloud with Natina Michelle on Weekly Show, AWS Cloud, the basics on Cloud Sesh Podcast. And today is our weekly show for Demo Sesh, which we hold on every Thursday. And for Demo Sesh, we really just want to show you guys how easy it is to go into the AWS Management Console and just launch things and play around with things, just so you can get some hands-on experience and use that in your resume as well. Because when you go in here and you launch these different services, this is hands-on experience. It may not be something, that they're using maybe daily, and I don't really know. But if you're going in here and you're showing initiative that, you're not afraid to go in and learn and play around, then you'll have a great possibility of an employer choosing you to come aboard on their team. Okay? All right. So today's demo session is going to be about Amazon Simple Storage Service S3. We're going to be creating an S3 bucket. So on Tuesday, we had a discussion about the Amazon Simple Storage Service, where we discussed what the S3 stood for, as well as the benefits of using S3. We also discussed the different storage classes as well. So if you didn't get a chance to check that out, please go ahead and listen in on that. And then come on back and let's go ahead and create an S3 bucket. All right. So creating this S3 bucket is on a basic level. And I will as well attach the different resources that you can use on creating an S3 bucket, as well just some of the Amazon AWS documentation, okay, just to help you if you have any questions or anything like that. All right, so if you're not already, go ahead and get logged into your AWS Management Console. And if you don't have an account, go ahead and get over to aws.amazon.com and create a free account. All right, so if you're at the AWS Management Console, we're going to go ahead and type in S3. All right. And this is going to bring us over to the Amazon S3 dashboard. All right. As you guys can see here, I have a lot of buckets. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and create a bucket. So you want to go over and click on create bucket. Now, just to let you guys know that when you do create a bucket, all right, the bucket name must be unique across all of Amazon S3. All right. So no matter what, your bucket has to have a unique name. All right. And then it must be between 3 to 63 characters long. And it cannot contain uppercase characters. And you're going to start with a lowercase letter or a number. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and create my bucket, and I'm going to call it, I'm going to say one demo sesh 20. I don't know. One demo sesh 20. All right. And then another important thing is the region. All right. You got to make sure you choose what region you want your bucket to be in. And preferably you want your region to be in the same region as you, or where your users will be located. Okay, I'm located in US East 1, so I'm going to choose that region. And then here you have your bucket settings for blocking public access. And here you can either give access to your objects to the public, or choose to keep them private for yourself. All right, and we're just going to leave it right there. We're going to block all public access. And then if you go down to advanced settings, you have some different options there. And we're just going to keep it as is, okay? And then go ahead and click on create bucket. All right, just So you guys can know for future, after you create your bucket, you cannot change its name, okay? So yeah, make sure that's what you want your bucket to be called. All right, because that's your name. Okay. All right, so now we have our bucket created, and we can see that here. And so what you can do is you can click on your bucket, your newly created bucket. Okay, so here we can see we can upload an object within our bucket. We can set object properties, and we can set object permissions. So here's where all the action will happen for the objects within your bucket. And you can also see that you can create a folder as well. So what I'm going to do, well, before we upload anything, here you can see the navigational menu here. We can go into properties, all right, and different things you can do once you upload an object. These are the different options you have within your bucket. And on Tuesday, we did talk about versioning. We talked about encryption, okay, and I believe we even talked about events. I believe so. So those are the different things that you could do within the objects within the bucket, the different permissions. Let's go ahead and put an object in the bucket. All right, so you can see how easy that is. So you can upload the bucket. You can either drag and drop your files within the bucket, or you can click on add files. All right, I'm just going to add the AWS Cloud, the Basics logo here. All right, and before we click upload, let's click on next. When we go to next, we can here we can choose to give our users different level of access, okay, read and write, and then you can have access for other AWS accounts. You can add that. All right, so we're going to click on next. I just wanted you guys to see that there. You click on next. This here will show you the different storage classes that we discussed on Tuesday, and here you can get a better idea of how the storage class works, because I didn't go over the time frame, how many availability zones, the object size, and things like that. So here you can have a better view of what happens when you choose the storage class for your object. So for this particular object, I'm going to leave it as standard, okay? And that's how I have it set up as well for the podcast. The files are in standard access, so that way when you guys listen in, those files are readily available. And then what's going to happen over time, once I check the pattern of how many users access this let's say episode, and then I'll, based on how frequent it has been accessed, I'm going to have it where it'll go down to a particular storage class to help on my cost, and that's just one of the great features that I really do like about the Amazon S3 bucket. Okay, so here and on this in this view, if we did select the different properties or options within there, we would see that here. Okay, so now you can just go ahead and click on upload and upload your object, and just take note here at the bottom you can see the status of the file upload. Okay, all right, so we have our file here, and if you were to click on this file, you can access the navigational menu actions and things different ways. So as you can see, when I did select the image, the file here, this dialog box popped up where you can see the different properties, overview, and permissions of this object. Okay, you can download a copy path, select, a lot of great information. And here, if you was to go over to actions, you could do just about the same things. All right, you can get the total size of the file. you can change the storage class. Let's click on it. So see, still you can choose which storage class that you would like it in. Okay, it's pretty dope. I like it. All right, and then I'm gonna click back on actions, and if we go to here, I don't think I went over the encryption part with you guys, but here you can change the encryption of your object. Okay, so what we're gonna do now, we're just gonna go through the top navigation here. Okay, so we're gonna start off with properties. Okay, so what I was showing you guys before, these are the different things that you could do with the object, okay, within your bucket. You can create versioning, enable that, so you can have different versions of that file. Okay, here's the encryption. So you could choose what type of encryption you would like to have for your bucket, because sometimes a business may require that, you know, there has to be some type of encryption on that file, whether it's in transit or if it's in rest. Okay, so that's an important one. All right. So yeah, they have a lot of different options here that you can go through. So make sure you guys go through here and just learn about the different things you can do. All right, it's so much to learn. And then we're going to go over to permissions. Now here is where you'll give access to users, or give access to different resources. You'll give them, you know, role access. So here you can allow public access or block access, and this is the same thing, that we were seeing when we were actually creating our bucket. All right, so here you can go to your, well, before we go to access control list for the block public access, if you wanted to change it, you just click over here to edit, and you can take it off, uncheck it, or you can check these options here. All right, whichever one you choose. So I'm gonna hit save, and then you get a notification that, hey, you are allowing public access to your bucket, confirm. So you would have to type in confirm in order to allow this bucket to have public access, but I'm not going to. So I'm going to click off and cancel. Okay. And then we can go over to the access control list, and here the same thing that I was showing you guys within the bucket is here as well, where you can give access for another AWS account. You can have give access to other users, whether you want to block public access or what group of people you want to give access to this public bucket to. I mean, it's just so much that you can learn, or that you can do with S3. Okay, and I'm just touching on the very fundamental level. All right, this is just really to get you guys ready for the AWS Certified Cloud Practitioner exam. And then we can go over here to bucket policy, and this is where we will add the policy as well. We can add a JSON here to allow access to this bucket. So let me see something real quick. I should have had it ready for y'all. Let me do something real quick. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna go over here. Because I have public access on my talberttech.cloud, and I'm just running over here just so you guys can see it. So you see here I have the bucket. Block all public access is off, and then for bucket policy I have a JSON file here. With the code, and this allows public access, right? If you can see here, look guys, I'm gonna let you guys know I'm not that great with, JSON files and coding and scripting, but this is the code, the script that you would use to for public access to your bucket policy. And you see you have your get objects. It allows a read, see, public read get object allow, and then action S3 get object, and then you have your bucket policy code here. So yeah, I'm not that great with this, you guys, but I know enough to go in and allow public access to the bucket. And if you are good with scripting, coding and things like that, that would be awesome. I definitely would love to speak with you, because we would definitely love to have you on the show and, teach us how and, the different JSON files and YAML and things like that, because I'm constantly learning every day, guys. So yeah. All right, so that's showing you how you can add the bucket policy here. And I can also post this as well for you guys to allow access to your bucket. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and jump back over to the actual bucket that I created for this demo. All right, and for this course configuration, I'm not going to go into it. This is like for more advanced, like for cross origin resource sharing. And you get more into that once you get into your AWS Solutions Architect certification. Okay, so, and then you have your management tabs, so you can create your lifecycle rules here, manage your objects, automate your transitions to tier storage, and you can also access your expired objects once you have them. So it's just so many things you can do. Look, you have your replication, analytics, your metrics, your inventory. I mean, AWS, they have it all together for you. So it's all just a matter of getting in here and setting up things and seeing how everything works together. All right, and then you also have your access. You also have your access points as well. Okay. Let's see. I think that's really just about it. For going over and creating a bucket. You guys see how easy that was to create a bucket and upload an object and then allow public or just keep your bucket private. Let's see, before we actually get off of here, let's go back to our Amazon S3, because now we're just going to go ahead and delete it. We're going to delete the bucket in the file. So basically, let me go in here first. Go back into my bucket. I'm going to click on the file, go to actions, and I'm going to delete the file. Delete. Okay. I'm going to go back to my Amazon S3. I'm going to go back to my one demo sesh 20 bucket. Okay. Actually, I'm sorry. I clicked on it. I'm keep going inside the bucket. I'm trying to delete it. So just click on the circle right next to the bucket, and you're just going to click on delete. AWS is going to tell you to confirm deleting the bucket. What I usually do, because I'm lazy, I copy and paste it. Boop. And I click on delete bucket, and there you go. And we have deleted the bucket. It's that easy, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this demo sesh. If there's something that you would like for us to do within demo sesh and launch a service, anything like that, please feel free to email us at cloudseshpodcast@gmail.com. Please like, share, subscribe, and we really appreciate you guys tuning in. Have a blessed day.